The importance of building supplier relationships. In all businesses, relationships matter, whether it is within the workplace or outside. This is no different when it comes to the physical products business. And this is especially true of the relationship you build with your supplier. If you select the right supplier and maintain a good relationship with them, they could be with you for many years. And I just wanted to show you this quick example. It's Mike and his brother Phil. They built such a good relationship with their supplier that he actually flew over from China to meet them and hang out with them for a few days in St. Louis. And this is them watching a Cardinals game. So it is very important that you build these relationships. Now, we're not saying that you have to go and visit your supplier or vice versa. You can build this kind of relationship through email and Skype. So some contact tips. Be patient. Remember, the contact you are speaking to probably does not speak English as their first language, and that includes writing it too. In emails, keep the language you use as simple as possible. If you use elaborate words and grammar, they are likely to either misunderstand or ignore parts of your message. And limit the number of questions you ask them in a single message. If you give them too many questions, the likelihood is they will miss some or only answer some of them. Now, if you ask more than one question, then number them individually. This makes it much easier for your supplier to read each one and reply to each one too. And always be friendly and courteous. Yes, you want to be businesslike, but try and be friendly too. Once you are familiar with them, be willing to ask them about their life, family, etc. So what are the benefits of building such a good relationship? There are so many benefits to building a strong relationship with your supplier, but here are just a few. Faster response time. The people you're emailing probably get a lot of emails every day, and if they see yours and they like working with you, they're more likely to open it first. Cheaper pricing. Again, the people you're dealing with do have leeway on the prices they're going to charge you. But don't ever push this too much, and I'll mention that a little bit later. And lower MOQs. Again, they'll all have guidelines on what MOQs they can offer, and if you have a good relationship with them, they're more likely to offer you a lower one. And easier modifications if you need something doing. Again, they're going to be more willing to help you. So what about future benefits? Well, better terms. Now, we are going to be discussing terms in much greater detail later in the course. But essentially what this means is you can get special terms with them. Now, this is a future benefit. This is something that will come later. They're not going to be able to give you special terms on your first order. But things like delaying payments, basically giving you credit, those kind of things. It's much more likely to happen if you build a good relationship with your supplier. First access to new products. Once you've placed a few orders with them, if they get a new product, they're more likely to message you and say, hey, we've got this new product. Would you be interested? Faster production time. Again, it's always possible that they can squeeze your order in between two other orders to get your product manufactured quicker. Negotiation. Now, as I mentioned earlier when I was talking about price, I was going to say a little bit more about that. And it is, do not use this relationship to take advantage of your supplier. And this is especially important when it comes to negotiation. For this relationship to work, both sides need to be happy. If you come away from a negotiation thinking you put one over on them, then that is a bad sign. If your deal with your supplier leaves them feeling they are not going to make enough money themselves, then it could be the last order. Now, this may sound a bit dramatic, but it's very important. You bear all this in mind. Yes, you want to build this relationship so that you get extra benefits from it, but you do not want to push those benefits so hard that it becomes a very one-sided relationship. So we covered why your relationship with your supplier is so important, and also gave you some contact tips to improve results. In the next lesson, you'll discover how to find and contact suppliers. But that's it for this lesson. Take care.